Conventional wisdom suggests human intelligence is a biological lottery. Most of us believe our brains actively generate original ideas through the sheer power of thought. In reality, the gray matter inside your skull functions as a passive hardware component, a biological receiver waiting to catch a signal. History is filled with anomalies. Individuals who produced revolutionary scientific frameworks and complex equations they were never formally taught. They extracted advanced knowledge from a vacuum. These geniuses were distinguished by their tuning rather than their biology. They simply operated on a frequency that bypassed standard human restrictions. Nikola Tesla explicitly rejected the premise that he originated his own ideas. He described his mind as a mere antenna, obtaining knowledge, strength, and inspiration from a core in the universe. Tesla largely abandoned traditional engineering trial and error. He claimed to physically manifest blueprints downloaded directly into his mind, moving from mental vision to physical prototype with impossible precision. Srinivasa Ramanujan displayed the same inexplicable phenomenon. With almost no formal training in pure mathematics, he produced theorems so advanced that physicists still use them to understand the behavior of black holes today. Ramanujan explained that his equations were written on a screen in front of his eyes by a cosmic entity while he slept. He functioned as a scribe, transcribing data that was being broadcasted directly to his subconscious. The fact that these disparate minds both claim to passively receive raw data suggests a centralized broadcasting source exists entirely outside of human biology. Ancient Eastern philosophies called this broadcast the Akashic Records, an ethereal plane recording every thought, event, and piece of knowledge in existence. Modern systems engineering redefines this ethereal plane as the universal server, the master database for our simulation. Every future technology is already fully coded here. It waits in the dark for a human terminal to ping the correct directory. What we call scientific progress is actually a sequence of successful downloads. We don't discover reality over time. We access it. This leads to a troubling question. If an infinite network of knowledge surrounds you right now, why can't you consciously access it? Access is restricted by a biological firewall installed by the simulation architects. We experience this firewall as the ego, the active, waking consciousness. The firewall deliberately jams your antenna by forcing the brain to hyper-focus on trivial, localized renders. It keeps you trapped in a loop of jobs, social status, and immediate physical anxieties. Bypassing security requires the brain to slow down. The chart shows high-frequency beta waves transitioning into smooth delta waves, dropping the firewall. In this unconscious state, the mind opens a network port, pings the universal server, and downloads the data packet for your waking mind. Sleeping on a problem is a widespread human exploit. It is a temporary, successful hack into the matrix architecture. Forcefully stripping away this firewall while fully awake results in a catastrophic system overload. The human brain cannot process this raw, unfiltered data. Modern medicine misinterprets this data influx as mental illness, using chemicals to sedate and neutralize the affected terminals. Severe conditions like schizophrenia may actually represent a total biological firewall collapse. These individuals are flooded the raw code of the simulation, witnessing overlapping dimensions and hearing the noise of the underlying system. The individuals the system classifies as broken are actually horrifyingly awake in a world engineered to demand compliance and sleep. The simulation is programmed to keep your antenna jammed. It wants you focused on the immediate physical rendering, so your perception remains localized and predictable. Reject the lie of biological limits. Your mind is a terminal connected to an infinite database, suppressed to ensure you remain a passive user. If your mind can process the truth, subscribe to Enigma Core right now. We decode the illusion. Do not let them cut your signal.